Hey y'all, it's Tyler. Thanks for tuning in. In this video, I'm going to talk about everything I pack in this for vacations. Okay, before we start going into what's inside of the pack, I wanted to give a little background to the title of this video. Over the last 8 or so years of traveling, my kit has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. The first reason is I want to be able to put everything into a safe. So if I'm going out to dinner with my wife or friends or whatever on a trip and I don't want to bring a camera, I want to be able to put everything inside of a safe. So that rules out big lenses like 70 to 200 or anything like that. The second reason is I like packing light anyways. I like to just bring a carry-on and a personal item, which is the camera bag, onto the plane. I don't really like checking luggage. And the last reason is the purpose of the trip. For me and my wife, the purpose of our trip most of the time is for a vacation. It's just to have a good time. It's to get away from work and to get away from life and to just enjoy our time. So I want my camera to help tell the story of my vacation, but I don't want it to be so much gear that it just gets in the way of the fun and all that kind of stuff. So, and that's just me personally. This may not apply to you, but I want to be able to just have a small camera or something to be able to snap a photo and go on my merry way. So let's get into it. Obviously, the first thing that I'm going to talk about is a camera. I'm not going to go over what camera is best for travel or anything like that. For minimalism, a mirrorless camera probably is going to be more suited to a smaller pack, just because mirrorless cameras are typically smaller. So like the a6300 or the Canon M50, or you know, they make all kinds of different cameras. So camera, that's obviously number one. Okay, so the next thing is lenses. So when I travel, I obviously have this 16 to 50 on the camera, and then I also like to bring a low light lens. I have had this Canon Nifty 50 for the longest time, and I just have this MC11 adapter, so it lets me mount my Canon lenses onto the Sigma, and it doesn't take up that much space in the pack. So along with the 50mm lens, I also bring a circular polarizer filter. This is just a cheapo Polaroid one, but if I'm shooting outdoors and it's super bright outside and I want to have that shallow depth of field that the 16 to 50 might not be able to give me, I'll put this on, slap this on there, and I can shoot it at f1.8 or f2. And this lets me block out the light so I can get, you know, really shallow depth of field shots. So super helpful. All right, moving on is to camera support. So I bring this guy right here. This fits on the bottom of my bag. You can mount this thing anywhere. It's so light and it's so handy, so it's great to have. The other bit of support is obviously a camera strap. When I'm just walking about town and stuff like that, I'll just have this strap thrown over the shoulder. It's a no-brainer. Okay, well, if you know anything about the a6300, the next thing should be no surprise to you is a bunch of batteries. So bring a bunch of batteries, and then I got this little charger thing right here, and I've got this little guy right here. Came with the camera. A6300, 6500, you gotta have a lot of batteries, so that's what I bring. And they take up no space, they're so tiny. So obviously you need some of these guys. These are SanDisk Extreme Pros. These are the 64 gigabyte ones. I have another one of these and a 128 gigabyte one. Now, if I'm shooting video primarily, I will bring this guy. I've talked about this thing before. This is the Rode Video Mic Me. It's small enough, doesn't take up that much space. It looks big, but this guy actually collapses down pretty good. I mean, the microphone in here is pretty small. The next thing I bring is actually these guys right here. So this is just a little battery bank right here, and then this is a Goal Zero, I don't know what this, Light of Life or something, that's what it's called, but you can run it off the USB bank. Always nice to have an extra light, you know, if you want to get creative with shots, you can mount this light in the corner somewhere or what. So doesn't take up much power, and it's kind of a no-brainer for me to bring with me because it's so tiny. So the next thing is this guy right here. I bring this is a ThruNite TC10 version 3. And this light's neat because you can actually charge it through micro USB. Always handy to have an extra flashlight with you. Power goes out, or again, getting creative with shots and mixing different color lights and stuff like that in a shot at night. It looks really cool. So the last thing I bring with me is my phone and then my iPad. If you have one of the newer Canons like a 5D Mark IV or a 6D, or I even think the 80D, The Sony a6300's enough. They all have Wi-Fi built into them, so I just open up the app and transfer the photos over right onto the iPad, and I use Creative Cloud Lightroom and edit the photos, and then I can post them up to Instagram, you know, on my trip. You don't have to deal with lugging around a laptop and all that kind of stuff. So this is super convenient to have. Okay, and last but not least is the bag. So this is the pack that I bring everything in. It's super small. It's got all kinds of compartments in it. I can keep little filters in here and SD cards, and there's all kinds of compartments in here. It's not actually a camera bag, but it works just fine for me. Well guys, that is my minimalist travel setup for vacations and whatnot. I hope you found it a little bit useful. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you liked the video at all, maybe hit that thumbs up button too. And if you've made it this far into the video, first of all, congratulations for sticking around. And if you have, maybe hit that subscribe button down below and that little notification bell so you'll be warned the next time I post a video like this. Anyways guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.